Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cheryl, and today I'm here to bring you two catch-up reviews from this past month where I haven't uploaded anything. They are the two books I finished right before my reading slump, and then I never recorded reviews for them. The reason I'm lumping them together is because it has been so long since I finished them that I don't really remember enough about each of them to give them their own spoiler-free review, so I figured this is the easiest way to get them still on my channel, to still have reviews up for them, but to not stress over the fact that it has been so long since I've read them that I don't really remember a whole lot. So the first of those books is Kitchen Confidential by Anthony Bourdain. This is his first, I believe, memoir book thing. He has four or five books, I could be wrong, could be more or less. I believe this was his first published. Now this details, as it puts, his adventures in the culinary underbelly. Now his perspective and his voice in this book really comes through very strong. If you watched any of his shows before, he has a couple, I think, on CNN, and then he might have some elsewhere. They're also on Netflix. But you would understand his really dark and gritty sense of humor and his perspective and his point of views on the world around him, and that really came through in this book. I do believe all of this took place well before he got on with CNN, so in this book he is just a chef, and you learn about just what it means to be a chef during this point in time in New York. I think most of this book took place in the 80s. I could be wrong. Like I said, it's been forever since I read it, but I have no intention of ever becoming a chef, so it really gave me an insight into this world that I've never had any intentions of joining. And after reading this, that kind of cemented that fact, because oh boy, at least during this time there were a lot of drugs and a lot of alcohol involved, so if you are sensitive to those topics, you might want to keep that in mind before going into this. But overall, I really did enjoy this. I did find that some of the chapters felt out of place. You would get 2/3 of the way through the book, and then there'd be a chapter explaining concepts and basic terms in the culinary world, and I feel like that should have been at the beginning of the book instead. So that was a little off-putting, but overall, I really did enjoy this book. Like I've said before, I enjoy Anthony Bourdain's narration style. I could hear his voice as I read the book, which doesn't get to happen very often for me. So I really did enjoy this. Like I said, I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. I do have 2 or 3 of his other books on my shelf, and I do plan to get to them at some point, especially because I enjoyed this one so much. So the next book I'm going to talk about is the first book in this massive bind-up, and that is The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And the first book is super short. This was just the first book. So this has, I believe, all of the books in the series, and the only word I really know of how to describe this is wacky. It's very weird. And I don't remember too much about the details of it because, like I said, it's been forever since I actually read it. But I just remember just reading it and being what the hell? Not much happens in the first book. I do remember that. And I think that's because it is so short that the author really didn't have time to expand on everything. But he left it just at the right spot, I think, because I want to read the next book. I want to know more about the universe and the world that this author has set up. Overall, like I said, I really did enjoy this book. I gave it, I believe, a 5 out of 5 stars as well, and I do intend to continue on the series at some point. So those are my two small mini spoiler-free reviews, I would say, of Kitchen Confidential by Anthony Bourdain and The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. Yeah, Douglas Adams. As always, thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!